You know that person who said goodbye to you 3 hours ago but is still having the conversation in their head right now? The one who's mentally rewriting what they said, analyzing your tone, wondering if that pause meant something, rehearsing what they should have said instead? Yeah, if you're reading this at 2 a.m. replaying a conversation from last Tuesday, welcome. You're about to feel extremely called out. And today, we're breaking down the psychology of people who replay conversations in their head, the habit everyone does but nobody talks about, and what it reveals about how your brain actually works. Here's the thing. Most people think replaying conversations is overthinking. And sure, sometimes it is. But here's what's really happening. Your brain is running a threat detection program that never fully shuts off. Psychologists call this hypervigilance, and it's your mind's way of scanning for social danger. Did I say something wrong? Did they seem off? Was that laugh genuine or forced? Your brain treats social mistakes the same way it treats physical threats. Because historically, being rejected from the tribe meant death. So your nervous system is just trying to keep you safe, even if the threat is a text that said K instead of OK. But there's something deeper going on here. People who constantly replay conversations tend to have what researchers call high self-monitoring. These are individuals who are intensely aware of how they're perceived by others. They're not vain, they're vigilant. Every conversation is data, every reaction is feedback. And their brain replays interactions like reviewing game footage, looking for mistakes, analyzing performance, figuring out how to do better next time. It's exhausting, but it's also how they navigate the world. Here's something wild. Studies show that people who ruminate on conversations actually have more active default mode networks in their brain. That's the part of your brain that kicks in when you're not focused on anything specific. Most people's minds wander to random thoughts. Yours replays conversations. Why? Because your brain is trying to solve a puzzle that doesn't have a clear answer. What did they really mean? Did I come across okay? Should I have said it differently? Your mind keeps circling back because it feels unfinished, unresolved. And let's be honest, the worst replays aren't even the bad conversations. It's the normal ones. The ones where nothing went wrong, but your brain decides to find problems anyway. You said, "You too," when the waiter said, "Enjoy your meal." You laughed half a second too late at their joke. You used the wrong word and nobody corrected you, but they definitely noticed. These microscopic moments become full mental investigations. And here's the kicker. The other person forgot about it 3 seconds later, but you're building a case file. Now, some people replay conversations for a darker reason. Trauma, social anxiety, a history of being misunderstood or punished for saying the wrong thing. For them, replaying isn't just analysis, it's survival. Their brain learned early that words have consequences, that tone matters, that one wrong sentence can change everything. So they replay conversations, trying to predict danger, trying to control an outcome that's already happened. And that's when replaying stops being helpful and starts being a prison. But here's what nobody tells you. People who replay conversations are often the most emotionally intelligent people you'll ever meet. They notice subtlety. They pick up on micro expressions, shifts in energy, The things most people completely miss. They can tell when you're upset, even when you say you're fine. They remember what you said 3 months ago because they replayed that conversation enough times to memorize it. Their curse is also their superpower. They're exhausting to be, but incredible to be around because they actually pay attention. Psychologist Dr. Susan Nolan Hoeksema found that people who engage in repetitive thought patterns aren't less intelligent. Often, they're more intelligent. Their brains process social information at a deeper level. The problem isn't the replaying. It's when the replaying spirals into self-criticism. When you go from, "Did that land okay?" to, "I'm socially incompetent and everyone secretly hates me," that's when you need to interrupt the loop. Here's something beautiful though. The same brain that replays conversations is also the brain that deeply values connection. You don't obsess over interactions with people you don't care about. You replay conversations because relationships matter to you, because being understood matters, because you want to show up as your best self. That's not weakness. That's actually profound care disguised as anxiety. So, if you're someone who mentally rewrites conversations hours after they happen, who rehearses future interactions like preparing for a trial, who analyzes tone and word choice like a detective, you're not broken. You're not overthinking for no reason. You're just wired to care deeply about connection in a world that often treats communication like it's casual. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's just playing at a higher resolution than most people's. Tell me, do you replay conversations, or am I just exposing myself here? Hit subscribe if this hit way too close to home. And if you want to understand more about how your brain works when nobody's watching, the next video is going to explain the psychology behind your weirdest habits. Click it. Your 2 a.m. self will thank you.